The Southern Ocean, a realm of icy beauty and unforgiving storms, was once a haven for whales. This vast remote expanse of water with its towering icebergs and tempestuous seas provided a sanctuary for these gentle giants. Vast numbers of these majestic creatures roamed these waters, their haunting songs echoing through the depths. The ocean was alive with their presence, a symphony of life that resonated through the icy waters. But this pristine wilderness would become a hunting ground, a place where man's greed pushed entire species to the brink. The relentless pursuit of profit turned this sanctuary into a battleground. For over a century, whaling ships, driven by the insatiable demand for whale oil and other products, transformed this sanctuary into a scene of unimaginable carnage. The once peaceful waters were stained with blood. The invention of the explosive harpoon in the late 19th century marked a turning point, accelerating the slaughter to industrial levels. This deadly innovation made it easier to kill whales in large numbers. Whales, once revered as mythical creatures, were reduced to mere commodities, their bodies carved up on factory ships that turned their blubber into oil and their bones into fertilizer. The scale of the slaughter was unprecedented. The once thriving populations of blue whales, humpback whales, and right whales plummeted, their numbers decimated by the relentless pursuit of profit. These magnificent creatures faced the threat of extinction. The Southern Ocean, once teeming with life, bore witness to a tragedy of epic proportions. The echoes of this dark chapter in history still resonate in the now quieter, emptier waters. Among the whaling fleets that plied the Southern Ocean, the Sierra stood out for its ruthlessness and efficiency. This Norwegian-owned factory ship, a behemoth of steel and iron, became synonymous with the excesses of the whaling industry. Its massive size and advanced technology made it a formidable presence in the icy waters. Launched in 1951, the Sierra was a floating abattoir, equipped with the latest technology to locate, hunt, and process whales on an industrial scale. It was a marvel of engineering, designed to maximize efficiency and output. Its powerful engines and reinforced hull allowed it to navigate the treacherous waters of the Antarctic, enduring the harshest conditions with ease. The ship was built to withstand the icy grip of the Southern Ocean, while its onboard processing plant could handle hundreds of whales each season. The scale of its operations was staggering, with entire pods of whales processed in a matter of days. The Sierra's crew, hardened by years at sea and driven by the promise of high pay, showed little regard for the creatures they hunted. Their relentless pursuit was fueled by the lucrative rewards of the whaling industry. They pursued their quarry with ruthless determination, employing spotter planes and sonar to track down pods of whales. The technology they used was cutting edge, ensuring no whale could escape their grasp. Once located, the whales stood little chance against the Sierra's arsenal of harpoons, each tipped with an explosive charge designed to tear through flesh and bone. The brutality of the hunt was a stark reminder of the ship's deadly purpose. The Sierra's wake was stained with the blood of over 25,000 whales, a testament to the insatiable greed of the whaling industry. Its decks became a charnel house, awash in the blood and blubber of these magnificent creatures. The air reeked of death, a pungent mix of blood, oil, and decaying flesh. The cries of dying whales, their bodies riddled with shrapnel, echoed across the icy waters, a haunting reminder of the brutality that unfolded in this remote corner of the world. The Sierra's relentless pursuit of profit had a devastating impact on whale populations in the Southern Ocean. Blue whales, the largest animals to have ever lived on Earth, were hunted almost to extinction. Humpback whales, known for their haunting songs and acrobatic displays, saw their numbers plummet. The Sierra, a symbol of man's capacity for destruction, left an indelible scar on the marine ecosystem. Into this arena of exploitation and brutality stepped Paul Watson, a young Canadian activist who would dedicate his life to protecting the world's oceans. His journey was not just a personal quest, but a mission to awaken the world to the urgent need for marine conservation. Born in 1950, Watson developed a deep love for the sea at an early age, spending his summers exploring the rugged coastline of his native British Columbia. These formative years instilled in him a profound respect for marine ecosystems and the creatures that inhabit them. His passion for marine life soon transformed into a fierce determination to protect it from the growing threats of pollution, overfishing, and commercial whaling. Watson realized that the oceans were under siege, and he felt a personal responsibility to act. Watson's activism began in the late 1960s, a time of growing environmental awareness. The era was marked by a surge in public consciousness about the planet's fragility and the need for urgent action. He joined the Sierra Club and Greenpeace, two organizations at the forefront of the nascent environmental movement. These groups provided a platform for Watson to channel his energy and passion for marine conservation. But Watson's uncompromising stance and belief in direct action soon put him at odds with the more moderate elements within these groups. He was not content with half measures and believed that more radical approaches were necessary. He argued that traditional conservation methods, such as lobbying and public awareness campaigns, were insufficient to combat the scale of the threats facing the oceans. Watson was convinced that only bold, direct interventions could make a real difference in saving marine life. Section 5. Direct Action. The Sea Shepherd rams the Sierra. In 1977, Watson founded the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, an organization dedicated to upholding international conservation law and protecting marine wildlife worldwide. Unlike traditional conservation groups, the Sea Shepherd adopted a more aggressive approach, directly confronting those who exploited and endangered marine life. Watson believed that the time for talk was over. It was time for action. In July 1979, the Sea Shepherd confronted the Sierra off the coast of Portugal. The whaling ship, laden with whale oil and meat, was preparing to return to port when Watson and his crew intercepted it. In a daring move, the Sea Shepherd rammed the Sierra, disabling its propellers and delaying its return to port. The impact sent shockwaves through the whaling industry, demonstrating that Watson and the Sea Shepherd were a force to be reckoned with. Section 6. A Voice for the Voiceless. Watson's Crusade for Marine Life. The ramming of the Sierra marked a turning point in the fight against whaling. Watson's audacious act captured the world's attention, focusing a spotlight on the brutality of commercial whaling and the plight of whales. He became a polarizing figure, hailed as a hero by some and condemned as a vigilante by others. But one thing was certain: Watson's unwavering commitment to marine conservation and his willingness to put himself in harm's way had made him a powerful voice for the voiceless. Watson's activism extended beyond confronting whaling ships. He campaigned tirelessly against drift net fishing, a highly destructive practice that indiscriminately kills marine life. He led expeditions to expose and disrupt the illegal trade in shark fins, and he spoke out against the growing threat of ocean acidification, the result of increasing carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. Section 7. Whales, Sentinels of the Sea. Whales, the focus of Watson's lifelong crusade, are not just magnificent creatures, they are also essential to the health of our oceans. These intelligent and social animals play a vital role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. As they migrate across vast distances, they transport nutrients from one part of the ocean to another, fertilizing phytoplankton, the base of the marine food web. Whales also help to regulate populations of other marine animals, preventing any one species from becoming too dominant. Their presence or absence can have a ripple effect throughout the entire ecosystem. Protecting whales, therefore, is not just about saving a single species. It is about preserving the intricate web of life that sustains our oceans. Section 8. The fight continues, protecting our oceans. While Paul Watson's efforts and the work of countless others have led to significant victories in the fight to protect whales, the battle is far from over. Illegal whaling continues in some parts of the world, driven by demand for whale meat and other products. Climate change poses an existential threat to marine life, as warming waters, ocean acidification, and sea level rise disrupt marine ecosystems. And plastic pollution, a scourge of the 21st century, is choking our oceans, entangling marine animals and contaminating the food chain. The challenges facing our oceans are immense, but they are not insurmountable. By working together, we can reduce our impact on marine ecosystems and create a more sustainable future for all who depend on them. This requires a multifaceted approach, encompassing government regulations, corporate responsibility, and individual action. Section 9. A Call to Action. Our shared responsibility. The future of our oceans, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on our willingness to act. We must reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, transition to renewable energy sources, and develop sustainable fishing practices. We must reduce our consumption, reuse and recycle materials, and say no to single-use plastics. And we must support organizations like the Sea Shepherd that are on the front lines of marine conservation. The ocean is not just a vast, empty expanse. It is a living, breathing ecosystem that sustains us all. It is time we treat it with the respect and reverence it deserves. Remember, the choices we make today will determine the fate of our oceans for generations to come. Let us choose wisely.